It's Sunday, which means we have a full week of Days of Our Lives to give a recap for. And Billy Flynn. Stay tuned.
Yes!
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Why, good afternoon, all of you Days of Our Lives fans. Welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV's Dishin' Days, where we give you all the dish on Days of Our Lives that happened this week. I'm your host, Tony Moore, and I am joined by the gaggle of gals. Just side note, FYI, Billy Flynn is not here, but you know he will be mentioned by our one and only...
Mark J Freeman!
Flynn.
Mark J Freeman Flynn.
It's hyphenated.
It is hyphenated.
And, of course, we have the one and only, that's all you get today,
Matthew Evan Paine. I'll take it.
Sometimes you got to keep them humble. You got to keep them humble. By
She's humble.
Yeah, by just saying a little bit. Hi, guys. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Delightful.
Delicious. How was your week? It's been a whole week since we've been together.
Yeah.
The weeks fly by sometimes, don't they?
They do, which is, I mean, it's good because, you know, then it's like, oh, yay, we get to talk about days again. But
Where's my other one?
your other what?
One's right over
Oh,
here.
Okay.
We have roaming around our studios today. We have Maxter and Churchill.
And Bentley.
Baxter and Winston are here.
Did you? What would
They're
you
down
call?
here.
I just purposely like to call dogs by the
We'll
wrong
show
name.
them later.
Yes. And in the booth today, we have Marissa. Hey, Marissa,
Hi,
how are
Marissa.
you?
Hi, Marissa.
Hello, gentlemen. Nice to see you guys again.
Well, nice to see you. Marissa came in here and, like, cracked the whip. She was like, I'm the one engineering. We going to start it on time.
Yeah.
That's
And
right.
I just sat down. And I haven't moved in the past 20 minutes.
She caned me by the refrigerator. My
Did
back
she?
still hurts. Yeah.
You got a little back spasm?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we couldn't find Mark. Mark ran.
I said I was going to be outside.
Oh.
I did tell you that as
Did
I was
you?
walking
Did you
past
say that?
I
Oh,
said
we
I
weren't
was
listening.
Yeah, no.
Clearly.
I was in the mirror.
Clearly.
No, I
And
never
Marissa
pay
came out.
attention.
She's like, what are you doing? I said, I told them I'd be out here. I'm like, been ready.
Not me. I wasn't here.
I was here at 2:30 or something ridiculous.
So how did we feel about this week of days? Well, so Matthew and I were discussing while you were outside with Faxter and
Milton.
Minston.
Baxter.
I just felt like this week wasn't
Sounds like where you'd go get your taxes done.
Baxter. I just felt like this week didn't get exciting until like Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'd still say Friday was a little kind of
Yeah.
I feel like this week we could have not watched and done our after show.
Probably.
I mean, that nothing happened. I mean, a couple
We
things
could have
happened.
just chit chatted
Yeah.
for all anyone knows.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well,
So in
since
theory, we're gonna finish this up in an hour.
yeah. Well, since we thank you guys for watching live. If you haven't already, please like us, follow us on all social medias. We are on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. On Instagram and Facebook, we are Dishin' Days, and on Twitter, we are @_Dishin' Days. The ad is implied. And yeah, don't forget to check out our Stephen Nichols interview that we did last week. That has been posted, and along with a slew of other. Someone didn't know that we interviewed Deidre Hall.
Yeah, how did you not know?
Yeah, they were like, "Oh my God!" That was their response. They were like, "Oh my God!" Like I didn't know that this happened. Like when did it happen? So if you guys just go to YouTube, search AFTERBUZZ TV and Days of Our Lives, and maybe Spotlight On. All of our Spotlight Ons will show up because
Yeah.
we've had Chandler Massey, we've had Guy Wilson, we've had Louis Sorrell, we've
Freddie
had Krista
Smith.
Chappelle, Freddie Smith,
Allison
Matthew
Sweeney.
Ashford, Allison Sweeney,
Mary Beth Evans.
Mary Beth Evans,
Brody
Stephen
Hutzler.
Nichols, Brody Hutzler.
Heather Lindell.
Yep. So a whole slew of people. So go check it out. One-on-one interviews. Those are fun.
Check them out.
All
We've
right.
interviewed a lot
Or
of
two
people.
on one or
We
three on
have-
one.
Paige Searcy,
Yes.
Seriously.
Rachel Melvin.
James Reynolds.
Casey Diedrich.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been. Oh my gosh. It's
And
been
Billy
a lot.
Flynn's been here twice.
I haven't been here for either of them, although in fairness to me, I wasn't here.
Right. You weren't part of that.
It wasn't part of the show.
All right. So now it's time to start Dishin' Days.
Days.
Tony.
I mean, I keep them humble.
We were talking about you
Ba-dum.
yesterday.
When I met Billy, I
Who?
was like,
You wait. Pause. You and Billy were talking about me yesterday.
Yeah, were your ears ringing?
That's why. Pray tell, what were you discussing?
It's between me and my husband.
Billy, if you're watching, I'll be contacting you after the show. And if I can't contact you, I'll contact Gina.
when I met Billy last year I looked at him and I thought, oh, I definitely see what Mark is talking about. Those.
Oh, you saw it?
Gorge.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm still looking for it.
Gorge.
Okay, well, let's get
He's
right
gorge.
into our first thing here.
And he's such a nice guy. Like, if he was an idiot, I'd be like, ugh.
You liked him pretty much like
From day one.
from day one.
From the moment I saw the picture in, like, Soap Opera Digest or whatever of the new Chad Demira, I was like, hot. And then I was like, and a good actor. And then, and a sweet guy.
Yeah.
Like, it just, baby Jesus kept laying layers on top of layers on top of layers.
Only layers I like are in a
Layers
bloomin'
on
onion.
layers on layers on
From
layers.
Outback.
And then he proposed. Should I get out the postcard? Because I have it.
God.
Do you still have it?
I have it right
Oh
here.
my God, you're
I
insane.
have the postcard. I have
Things-
two. I have the postcard where he proposed. Will you marry
Is it
me?
okay? You know what? How about this? How about we add it to our collection?
And
here,
then-
so that way we can see it.
No, bitch.
Ev-
It's going home with me. And
Do
then
you-
my big glossy.
What a
You-
great photo.
Right? This is a
Mark
Brad
Olin.
Everett Young photo. If you don't follow Brad on...
Look at those eyes.
right?
I feel like I was wearing the same thing when they captured that picture of when you talk about Billy Flynn and how I look, or maybe I had on a blue jean jacket.
Meanwhile, the fans
Could
are
be.
like, "Can you get on with the show?"
Anyway, let's talk about days. So we are going
What are
to.
we starting with?
We're starting with
Oh, okay. The wedding.
the wedding and Stefano.
So,
Go.
correct me if I'm wrong.
You're
Probably
wrong.
can't. Probably can't.
That was way too in unison.
But go ahead.
Did it not come out on Monday that there was a possibility that Stefano's actually still alive?
Yes.
And yet it didn't really get discussed? Like, they were like, oh, well, so he's like, oh, there's a doppelganger of him. And Shane's like, really? And then that's literally all they said about it.
Someone else, who was it, said that he's too old to come back to. Stefano's too old to be running around and ruining people's lives, so he's probably not coming back to Salem, so we can
Well, I
rest
can't,
easy.
I mean, unless they're recasting it. I don't know how they're...
Oh, I don't think
They're not
could
gonna recast.
ever
Never. No.
recast Stefano.
I don't know.
Here's okay. So I asked this question to you guys. Did anyone catch the explanation as to why Shane decided to pose as Stefano?
I mean, I just know they did it to help Hope.
Okay, so that was the
That's
gist,
what I
right?
said.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought I missed like this spectacular explanation.
No, we were talking about that before the show too. I was like, because Stephen had said Monday you will explain everything that happened, but it wasn't, and they did explain it.
Like how
I'm
it
not
came
saying
about.
he lied, but it's nothing profound. It was basically just reiterating what
Just to help
we
Hope.
can deduce from what we saw.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. Okay.
Deduce.
Deduce. I yeah.
That's the SAT word.
Deduce.
Yeah. It's my word of
Although
the
I
day
was thinking the same
calendar.
thing. Okay. Your word. Okay.
I feel like you took the ACT.
I don't remember what I know. I took SATs.
Did you?
Oh, were the SATs out in 1925?
Which ones?
The SATs.
I think I took both. I think
Did
I had
you?
to take both.
Were you like the first people to take that? You know he went to
And I
all.
did
It's
go
like
to the
Sanskrit.
Ohio State University. Thank you very much.
Did you take the SAT or the ACT?
I took them both.
Oh, I only took
Yeah.
the SAT.
I
We
took
didn't
them
have
both.
to take the ACT.
Yeah, I mean, I figured why not? Because you know they wanted to see both.
I was at the library yesterday, believe it or not.
You
And
found one.
I know.
They do exist.
I was like, what's this place with all the books?
Right.
And I saw an SAT prep book that was this thick.
They all are.
Ugh.
I don't think you can really prep for it.
I looked at a
got
page.
one.
It was how to figure out whatever.
Well,
Didn't
just
know,
like-
still didn't know.
We gotta get Betsy.
So anywho, so
I got one.
okay.
We're actually we've gone so off track. It was
So-
more the SATs are more exciting than This Week in Days.
Right. So fake Stefano was explained. I did like the wedding, only to see the people of Salem come together for Steve and Kayla. I'm on the fence about the wedding. I like that it was just simple and it was just them and friends and
Yeah.
they could just and I liked did you guys feel like there was a little ad-libbing going on?
Yes.
During the like but it just
But
it
did
worked.
he say that they wrote their own?
Their own vows?
Yeah. Steve Nichols, did he say that him and Mary Beth wrote their own?
I
Or
don't
am I
know.
mistaken?
No, that sounds familiar. I can't be certain, but that rings a bell.
I thought I remember that.
Well, if they did, they
Gosh,
were.
girls, I can't even remember last week.
Oh my God, you probably can't
This is
remember
an issue.
yesterday.
This is an issue.
Haywood Wong in the chat room says, "Evening, Tony, Matthew, and Hair Dude."
I love
I'll take that. I've been
It's
called a
just
lot
dude.
worse.
Yeah. You have.
A lot worse.
I liked that Stephanie came back.
yeah.
That's when I thought of you. To me, she's the equivalent of
Hope?
No, Melanie.
Oh, you don't like Stephanie?
I was,
Well,
I was
I
never a big Stephanie fan. When she
No,
was
Stephanie.
on.
No.
You know what? I
Which
like.
one?
I liked the first Stephanie, the redhead.
The
Stephanie.
redhead. Shane.
I really liked her a
Shayna.
lot. I really
What's
liked
her
her a
real
lot.
name?
I didn't like this.
It's just, yeah, I understand why
okay.
she was there, but she does nothing for me.
I
And the Melanie comment, just, I feel like it's the same type of girl.
Yeah.
this was
Yeah.
this was my thought. I like that they brought her back and that it wasn't just a phone call, but I felt
Right.
like she was so disconnected from everything. If that makes
Yeah.
sense, you know what I mean? Like she wasn't. Like she was a stranger.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And,
Well-
and even to her little brother.
Well, and
That was so forced too.
And did you see when they were talking? He said, "Yeah, thanks for writing me those letters." I'm like, "Girl, who? No,
Right.
No
They
one
have
writes
to
letters.
beat you over the head with it.
Yeah, I'm like, say thanks for texting me, thanks for calling me, thanks for email, letters. Like you really sat down and wrote letters.
No,
Come
No,
on.
I know.
she didn't.
No.
Sorry, we're not being very nice today.
Well, no, I'm just
I feel like I shouldn't come in if I don't have nice things to say.
No, but
I
I feel
disagree.
I feel like that's how you thought. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are other sentiments to that as well. I mean, we're saying
There
that the
are
wedding
weeks
was
that are-
beautiful. The wedding was beautiful. We talked and have discussed why don't they bring certain people back. In this case, we would have probably asked, well, why didn't they bring Stephanie back?
Right, exactly.
And they brought Stephanie back, and I just
then we
it
were
felt flat.
underwhelmed.
well, I don't know if it was like okay.
The thing is, and I totally agree with your sentiment about her being disconnected. However, when the vows were being said between Steve and Kayla, they the girl Shelly was actively listening
Oh, she was.
because she was filling up, and it seemed so genuine.
Yeah. And I felt like, well, you know, the whole reason why she kind of said that she had been away was because she couldn't bear not seeing her parents together, but
Right.
this brought her back to Salem. I don't know. I just sometimes I kind of wish soaps would do the whole like pop in, pop out.
That's
sort
what
of a thing.
I was just saying that.
I like the fact that Austin and Carrie are around. I kind of want them to be given just a little bit more.
Yep.
But I
Well-
like that they're just around.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is I don't understand why they can't just be and is it recurring?
Yeah.
Or or not recurring, but just you come
But like
in when we
with-
need you.
like with Lucas.
You know what I mean? When there's a storyline that calls for you, we would love to have you on call. Obviously, if you book something, do what you need to do, but we would love to have you in when we can have you. And I get it, like it's contracts and you want the assuredness, I don't know the word, that they're going to be there when you need them, but I don't know. I'm with you 100%. And thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marissa.
Because okay, this is what I would have liked to have seen. Maybe in the weeks leading up to Stephanie coming back, just a peek into her world. Like a phone call that like goes to her so that we can almost kind of get familiar with her.
Yeah.
And then it's like a surprise, like, here she comes walking in. You know what I mean? But it then feels like, okay, we've kind of caught up with you, so there's no need for dialogue. Like we've kind of been catching up like this whole entire time. And now that you're here in Salem, that's great. And then whatever excuse you need to get back to your whatever life, so that way we don't have to see you again.
Yeah.
Just like it would have been great when Bo died to have Rachel Melvin come back as Chelsea Brady, just to honor her father.
Right.
Yeah.
Or and maybe even have Billy, either Krista Allen or Lisa Rinna come back and just to pop in.
Acknowledge.
Yeah, I mean there's
Or
history there.
respect.
Julie Pinson.
Or that's right, Julie
Right?
Pinson. Yes,
Yeah.
who played Billy as well. I don't know. I just like I feel like that's something that I don't know what other soaps do, but I would love to see those pop outs of.
You
of
watch some of the
characters.
other ones?
Yeah.
Do they do that?
From time to time. Yeah. I was just watching Bold and the Beautiful, and I know that they brought back a couple characters for the wedding that was this week also for the
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. And I think they came in, they did the wedding episode, and they're out.
Yeah, I think it just makes
Yeah.
sense.
You
Yeah.
acknowledge that they exist and that they mean something and that they're there for a reason.
Right.
And they would be there if this were real life. They would be there for the wedding because they probably would have been invited.
Right.
Yeah.
See a peek into their life and then out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What's next?
I mean, there's that. So, what else? Mark, you want to take this one?
Number 2.
No. I mean, because I would skip it.
I don't
I
disagree.
think we all know what that means. Who are next? I just
Tell the fans.
don't care. Again, I feel like I should just shut up because I just don't have anything nice to say.
It
I
was
don't
that
ca-
kind of week, though. I understand because we come in sometimes and the episodes are so good that we can't wait to talk about them.
Yeah.
But it happens. It happens in TV shows.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's just not that entertaining.
And listen, it's just us gals talking
About Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
So Hope is out of jail within 20 minutes.
40 seconds.
Yeah. 'Cause-
20
And she knows how to hack a computer. Girl. Don't even get me started.
Well, okay. So while we're talking about Hope, they have tap danced
Maybe
around.
she should be trying to get the Orwell.
Oh. No, we'll
I
get
need
to that
more
in a second.
explanation about that too.
I don't.
'Cause I'm like,
I don't.
Well,
I don't need it.
We'll
I wish
get
it
to
never
that.
happened. I wish if we had an Orwell. We need to get one.
Yeah, we need to get an
Because I
Orwell.
care about it
And-
as much
and-
as I care about
an
that friggin'
Orwell and a
elephant.
rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grab the
Yeah.
bucket and head out to the Orwell for fresh water.
Okay, well, while we're talking about Hope, you know that they've been tap dancing around this whole storyline of Andre being Alfie.
Yes.
And
Oh,
go ahead.
the whole line when Hope's like trying to when she's blackmailing Andre, and she's like, "I'll just tell the police what they need to know
To get Hattie out.
to get Girl, no, because you got to tell him that it was like. How are you gonna do that? You can't do that. You can't get her out and not tell them that he's Alfie. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
No.
Unless
I'm done.
unless she
I'm done. I'm
poses
just gonna-
it as like she doesn't know
I'm
who
gonna
this
pet my
Alfie
dog.
person is, but that somehow can prove that Alfie does exist.
With that tired old clipping, the newspaper clipping.
I don't know.
I'm running out of water.
I'm running out of steam.
So, but yeah, it was like Hope was made her entrance at the wedding, and she found out online that she had
Now-
been exonerated.
Was she wearing 2 different shoes? Did you see that?
Someone pointed that
Somebody
out.
tweeted
but,
that,
yeah,
and I was like, is that a shadow, or is she really wearing 2?
Like
I mean, it was
she-
like a black shoe and a white shoe. Like, it wasn't even
like a black shoe and a nude
like
shoe.
2 different types of black shoes. It was like, was that real? I don't know.
I have no idea.
I mean, it was a screenshot from the TV, so
Yeah.
I don't know. But
I don't know either. I wish we could get some sort of explanation. Like, was that a rehearsal and you thought you were going to go back to wardrobe and then they just kind of used it?
or let's do
Well,
it.
okay, keep in mind she paints one
I
different
mean, if
nail a
that's-
different color.
That's true too.
And
I can't.
yeah,
Maybe that's all she got.
and
from
maybe
jail.
it was-
Punky
let's see if
Brewster
people
wedding.
notice.
A Punky Brewster wedding, 2 different shoes.
Maybe.
Do you remember Punky Brewster?
I do remember Punky Brewster.
I
Oh.
love it's Punky
Maybe
Brewster.
world is blind or just a little unkind.
Do you remember when Cherry got locked in a fridge?
You don't remember the theme song? Okay, go ahead.
Do you remember
It
when
sounded much
Cherry
better
got
than
locked
that.
in a fridge?
Is this Punky Brewster?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
Oh
all
my
that.
god,
Yeah,
that
don't have-
episode was
cool.
so terrifying.
Not these details. Don't remember all that. I do remember the theme song though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You sang the entire theme song, but you don't remember the biggest episode of the series.
Well, color me surprised.
And number
So
3.
we're done. So we're done with number 2, right?
Oh, and
I did write
she's
stuff down, though.
Well, she's
Hold
also
on.
trying to
Oh, and she found the picture of Jen.
yes, and question Eric about it. And
Yeah.
she's also trying to convince Eric to return to Salem. And she told Roman,
Yeah.
because she hasn't told anybody who helped her out, but she told Roman that it was
Yeah.
Eric.
Yep.
And she informed Eric that Jen was clean and and
Running
had
the
got-
Spectator, which
Yes.
obviously he's gonna go work at the Spectator because he's a
Yes.
photographer. But whatever.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of the Spectator, let's go into this Orwell, the Key, and Deimos. Okay, so I thought the Orwell was a listening device that allowed you to listen to listen, be able to listen in wherever you are. But then JJ said that the Orwell was a device that allows you to be anywhere. And I got confused. Did anyone else catch that? Am I the only one? Did anybody else catch that? Nobody? Oh my God.
I don't understand the Orwell or the key or Drew. I don't get it.
I wish they put it in jail with Hope and leave it there.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't because she's out of jail now.
Yep.
I'm gonna go rat him out.
Well,
Put her back
okay.
in jail.
As far as I know, let's break it down.
Break it down.
The Orwell is a listening device that allows you to be able to listen in no matter where you are. So, like, for example, if I had the device and sent it into a bag with Rafe while he was in Prague, I would still be able to listen in on their conversations in Salem, and they're in Prague.
Right.
But apparently this is such a huge thing to get, and it's going to be worth billions of dollars, that it's causing the war between the Damaras, the Kyriakis, and the Hernandez. And I think this is kind of like a battle of power, because then obtaining this will make whoever gets it the most powerful and rich.
Okay.
Willa just wrote in the chat room that the key is Drew.
Yes.
I know that the key is Drew.
Right.
I still don't.
Because he has to log in and do all this stuff to make it work. That's why he's the key.
Oh, but doesn't
he
it
has to do all this
seem so
stuff.
ridiculous?
But he also built it.
Right. He built
Yes.
it, so he's the key to making it work.
Yes.
I just think it's interesting that Deimos, who is the one that had him shipped there, am I mistaken in that? He doesn't know that the key is a human being? Because he's even talking about the key as if it's an actual key.
Maybe, again, with what we know, when they're handed scripts, they don't know how the storyline's going to play out, and maybe this whole time
They're missing something
they
too.
think it's an actual key.
No, I
but
get
it's
that,
like,
but if the character shipped the character of Drew there,
I
then
get
he
it.
knows that Drew is the key, that it's a human, that it's not an actual key. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, as much sense as Days of Our
I mean, I
Lives.
don't think he's going to be like, "Where's Drew?"
Was it this week or last week with? Hang on, before I jump ahead.
My head's hurting.
With Anne as the cop. Was that this week or last
That
week?
was this week. So, okay. Well, first of all,
This isn't going well.
No.
so
Should we start from the beginning?
so Jen
AfterBuzz really does recap shows, and they're very enthusiastic. If this is the first time you've listened to the day's
Right.
recap, please know that it's not always.
But this is what happened. This is what happened this week in Days. So
Yeah.
Right.
okay. So let's break this down.
I like your jacket, Tony.
Thank you. It's very 80s, like my hair. So, okay, let's break it down. So Jennifer,
down now.
who is watching Drew come up with this virus, and who has to kind of keep him on task because he has a bit of ADD and will worry more about his wife than actually finishing the task. So she calls over Adrian. Which this week I was like, y'all, did we forget that Adrian has cancer and she's going through chemo? Like, she needs to rest. Like she can't be all involved in all this
and
stuff.
they're still supposedly fighting over her, which we haven't heard about that in a while.
Right.
Lucas and Justin.
Okay, but let's stick on the path. So
I'm trying.
Adrian then calls Anne to come in and help as well.
Right.
To which they devise, because Drew has to. Oh my God, Drew has to obtain a laptop from Titan in order to break into their mainframe. We'll call it that for right now, so that he can create the virus, put it in, and then destroy the Orwell.
Mm-hmm.
They send Anne in as Salem PD, who just so happens to have a Salem PD uniform in her
can't.
closet,
I
which
can't.
just shows how freaky Anne might be. Little role play.
Lucas.
Right. So she goes over to the Kyriakis mansion, which is already being searched by Salem PD. She sasses the one cop that's there, takes the laptop, takes it back, and as far as I know, it takes it back to the hotel room, and as far as I know, he was able to create the virus to destroy the Orwell.
Anne was like,
Yeah.
"Are you new to the Force?"
Basically.
Right.
He was like, "I've been on the Force for 10 years."
Well, no. Well, the guy was like, I haven't seen you around here, and she's like, that's because I'm new. She
Yeah.
was sassy.
Yeah.
Oh, she just got
like,
transferred in. She just
Commissioner,
got transferred in.
Commissioner Brady sent me.
Yeah, she was like, is there any
There's
other
another
commissioner?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was pretty sassy. Okay, so
Diane Lee wants to know if we can just hop on over to news and gossip.
Amen, Diane Lee. Amen to that.
yeah, so I don't. Okay, so there's that. I don't know. Obviously, we have
Because she agrees or because she's tired of hearing us complain?
we obviously have very mixed feelings about that storyline, but I mean that's what happened.
I'll just keep apologizing.
Listen, I thought that it was an interesting. I thought the device was something different. I wanted to like the storyline. I like the people involved, but then I think I like Drew being the key and Charles Shaughnessy playing a double character, who, by the way, got noticed by Anne this week, and she kept saying, Shane,
Oh,
how was
that's
the
right.
wedding?
Yeah, and
Shane, how was the wedding? And
Rude.
Drew was like,
The soda pop.
Yeah, that's actually
and this is, oh my gosh, for anyone's watching, this is him. He had his Coca-Colas, and he was like trying to get in the door, and then Anna was like, well, that's just rude.
That's just rude.
Yeah. So there's all that. All right.
Mix the cola with whatever she's got in her drink shaker.
Oh, I can't.
She can't do that. It's Tony.
2 questions. Number 1, Meredith Cox, and I'm totally on the same page with Meredith. I still don't even get the whole dumb purse thing with Gabby and Dario. What happened? Did they ever resolve that?
Yeah, he
The what?
gave her a new one.
Yeah,
remember?
but what was it all
It
about?
was
the
about
chip?
the microchips that were put together to make the Orwell.
Yes.
Okay. And then the other thing was someone was asking me the other day what ended up happening to Daniel's friend, the Australian doctor.
Oh,
yeah.
gone.
Where'd he go?
Bye.
Bye-bye.
He just left.
What was his character's name?
Flynn.
Flynn.
And he was
Like Billy Flynn.
He started having a thing with Kayla.
Yeah.
But he was also the winner of an Australian contest.
Right.
Our Melvin fan liked your Drew impression.
Thank you, our Melvin fan. Okay, well, speaking of Anna, real quick, she it's not listed on here, but she had an interaction with Andre, which Andre was kind of over. But I liked that she was basically like, and this isn't exactly what she said, but this is what I heard. Your evil ass is here, but my Tony is gone.
Yeah.
I like that she had that moment
Yeah.
with.
Now, do we
with
know if she's
Andre.
staying for a while?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
I don't know. I think once Austin and Carrie pack up and leave, they're gonna take Anna too.
Yeah, I'm with her.
I think they just needed a moment to be in Salem and just kind of like wrap
Right.
some things up, and then that's gonna be it.
They also fell flat with not bringing back Laura Horton after
Yeah.
Abigail returned.
Oh yeah,
That was good stuff.
it was good stuff.
Yeah. With her and Billy.
And
You really.
boy.
Just saying.
All right, well,
Just saying.
I think that's it with that.
With everything? Is that
No
everything?
tidbits. Speaking of Billy,
Yeah, I have to say, I actually almost gave him quote of the week. When Gabby was like going off on her Spanish and everything, and he was like, enough already. I literally was like, started applauding in my living room. I was
Yeah.
like, amen, sister. Tell her to calm it down.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny.
her stomach growl at the beginning of Monday's episode
Yeah.
tickled me.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's we've seen this happened. It was really hot instead of really cold.
Right.
Like,
and
that's
now,
literally
they
the only
have to
difference.
now they have to cuddle
Yeah, exactly.
in order. Oh, and we found out where they are. I thought they were
in a meat
mansion.
locker. No,
but
they're in a meat locker downtown or
Yeah.
something. Warehouse.
Yeah.
Downtown Salem.
Right.
But that's about it.
But, I
Nothing
mean,
really, they
all-
heard a truck.
All it is that we just keep seeing them get closer and closer. That's
Which
it.
I'm okay with.
I'm actually okay with too.
I'm okay with that. Because I'm really digging
Abigail
Abby
and
and Dario. I
yeah,
really
there's
am.
something this week. There's
There's a
something
lot of
that's-
they showed a
that's
lot of
happening
her
there.
touching his hand and that kind of stuff.
and caring for him
Yeah.
when he almost fainted, and then
Yeah.
sitting there with Kate and Eduardo,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Oh, I gotta go, check on Thomas," and he was like, "No, you can't leave." Well, he was like, "Well, I just don't want you to go anywhere by yourself."
Yeah.
And I think this week was that we saw Dario have that thought of like, Abigail, you know.
Yeah.
There's that.
I love Marcy Miller.
I really do
She's super
too.
sweet.
I really do too.
All right, what's next?
Chloe and Nicole.
Guys, I can't. I might have to leave.
The
Marissa,
court,
if I get
okay.
up and leave, don't be upset.
So the court case is the
gonna
court
go
case
play
is
with my
happening this week, and Ari Zucker, like,
Yes. Here, I'm gonna
Like-
clap too
yeah,
because I have a dog on my other hand.
I felt
gonna win
for
the Emmy?
her. I don't know, but I felt for her.
Did she get
so
pre-nom?
bad.
Or nom? What are they on now? They do
Pre-sil.
pre-noms, then noms.
Yeah.
The noms haven't been announced. Pre-noms have. I don't think.
I'll look.
Okay.
You guys chat. I'll
Google.
look.
But oh my God,
I know
the
Billy
way,
is
the way
pre-nom.
that she really went to Chloe and was like, listen, we don't have to do this. And Chloe's just being so stubborn and is so hung up on Deimos that it's like, Chloe, it's not your baby, it's not your decision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like get off of that.
We talked a little bit about this beforehand too, and it's like I know they're gonna give it to Chloe. Like I just know it's gonna happen, just to drag it out, and it's just I can't.
It's
No?
it's devastating because
Is it maybe supporting actress?
I typed in Ari and it didn't show anything.
look at the whole list.
Yeah.
No, she's not in.
She's not.
either.
Yeah. No.
It's just
No.
it's just disappointing because
Yes.
we're all rooting for Nicole. So
Yeah.
Yeah, because
just needs to
Chloe,
happen.
the baby doesn't belong to you.
No.
You were trying to do it to.
Yeah.
You were trying to do it to
can't.
help.
yeah,
I can't.
You brought the baby in, and now you're being. I think,
behind their backs, mind you.
Yeah.
Behind their backs, like didn't even tell them.
no.
Right. Exactly.
But Belle was saying
Well-
how it was like a blanket. Anytime Chloe wants to, she can try again to try and carry their.
Yeah.
Well, and I was telling him this again. We had a little conversation before you got here. The whole thing when how Belle like rips into all the things of Nicole's past in front of the judge, and then Justin gets up and he's like, "Well, I could tell you all the things about it." I'm like, "No, girl,
No, girl,
you need to.
say
no,
it.
she needs to know."
Yeah,
like
go
and, then
through it.
and I like everything that he said. I'm not disregarding what he said because I did actually like what he said about Nicole, but I do feel like he should have also said all the horrible things that Chloe has done as well.
Do you think it was a tactic to not
I don't know.
hit below the belt like Belle did?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I felt like it should have been said,
Well,
especially if they were going to do that about Nicole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, and again, that's why I think it's also going to go to Chloe, the
Yeah.
baby, because not it, but she.
The baby.
Betty Jean in chat room said Ari didn't submit anything for a prenom.
Oh, okay.
Okay. what
Yeah,
was
to
that?
say they do have to submit it themselves.
Yeah.
So, okay.
All right.
Alright.
Well, we'll see
Well,
next
maybe
week.
next year
by
we
the way,
should
I
submit her.
thought Martha Madison's performance, her monologue,
As
was spot
always,
on,
as
perfect.
always.
She did great.
Agreed,
Surprised.
as always. And I was so annoyed that they interrupted Days of Our Lives during that monologue for a weather update about the rain.
I know,
It lasted
girl.
60 seconds and cut off her monologue. It was so annoying.
I was
Because there's
watching-
rain in LA.
I watched it online, so I saw the
so
whole
you saw
thing.
the whole
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
she was very good.
Yeah. Oh
she's
yeah, she
excellent.
was, and she looked so put together.
Yeah.
Hello, Sabon.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I don't like that she's on Chloe's side, but I
But the friendship is there.
Yeah.
friendship's there, and I do. And again, we talked about this before. The scene with her and Sean Douglas and Belle and Chloe, that they both
disagree.
kind of. You can tell
Yeah.
that they do kind of, and you can tell when Belle's talking. She's not necessarily 100% behind what Chloe's doing. She's just
Yeah.
trying to be a friend and
Yep.
do her job.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, touche,
Well,
Martha.
We'll see what happens.
Marth 27.
I love her.
Super sweet.
Super sweet.
All right, so next we have Valerie and Abe and the death of David.
Yeah.
So before we get to the death of David, I like seeing Abe and Valerie
I do.
together.
I really do.
So cute. I hate the fact that this week she was just kind of like, I have feelings for you too. And even Abe admitted that he hasn't felt like this since Lexi.
I know.
But she says it's best for her to go back to DC. And then came the shocking out of nowhere news that David Banning had died in a motorcycle accident. I would like to hear your take on Julie receiving the news.
I'm gonna let Matthew go first.
No.
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 Matthew needs to go first.
No. I really am like dying to know what Mark J Freeman thought. I love you, Matthew.
No, that's fine.
But
I want to tell yours. How you really meant it too.
I thought it. Well, I did say this, and you can testify that I said this. I thought it was way over the top, but after it was all said and done, I was like, okay, it is her son. I think the thing that annoyed me more than anything, and this is so trivial, but when she answered the phone, she never said hello. She just put the phone to her ear, and then this news came through. Like, what do you do? Just go, don't say anything, it's me, this is what, you're like, I just didn't like, it just was,
Yeah.
Matthew?
I didn't catch that she didn't say hello.
I didn't catch that either.
I actually...
If she did, I missed it. I didn't hear it.
I loved it. I thought it was believable because I think when you hear shocking news, especially when it's death related, I think that you can go from 0 to 100 like that. And I thought that it was kind of like the primal maternal death of a child. Her screaming was believable. I believed it all. And I am not a huge Julie fan. I don't really care one way or another. And I say bravo to Susan Seaforth Hayes on the performance.
And
What do you
Tony,
think?
what did you think? Somewhere in the between? Maybe.
In that moment, for some reason, I thought, what would Maggie do?
Yeah.
Like, how would Maggie react to this? I initially watching it, it's like I understand that, and immediately when she said David and all this kind of stuff, I was like, okay.
When I didn't know who Scotty was either.
Yeah,
I didn't either.
So I looked it up because here's what was happening for me. We got the news about David, and I was like, who's David and who's Scotty?
I knew who David was. I didn't know who Scotty
But
was.
then I was also like, why is Valerie like in her feelings about this?
Oh, you didn't know any of this?
Listen, girl, like you're older than me. You've been watching
No,
Days
but
with
this is
Willa.
stuff that's been discussed.
With who?
Valerie.
Well, I think I knew that they mentioned that Valerie had a love. I think this is when it was connected, and then for me personally, I had to read up on
I
who
agree.
David was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And when I read it, I was like, okay, this is the person that I thought it was.
Maybe that's what I did. Maybe I had read up on. Or no, I
Yeah.
think James Lott Jr. told me.
Yes. So looking at a little bit of their relationship, Julie and David had like a pretty rocky relationship. So when she was hysterical about his death, my first thought was she's bringing back like classic soap, like how they did soaps back in the day.
Right.
Then I was just like, if that's her reaction, that's her reaction. There was a moment where I'm like, there was a thought of like, I was like, I wonder how it was being on set and watching her do that.
Yeah.
Like, did anyone kind of go?
I thought the reactions were so believable too. Like Valerie's look at her and like she tilted her head and Bill Hayes. Bill's was the only reaction that like took a second for him to react, but I think in that moment of like trying to figure out
Like what is
going on.
happening? I just felt like it didn't have to. It didn't have to be so much so fast. It could have been this initial shock, like
What?
Like,
See, that's what I'm thinking too. Is because it's not like we've known he's dying. You know what I mean? Like we've had this thing like, where you kind of know, and this is sudden. So you're like, wait a minute, what? And I just feel like that's a normal reaction that you're just like, wait, say that again. Like, how is that even? And like, it takes a minute to register. Not.
Yeah.
Bah!
Yeah.
You know?
But I mean, personally, the person I loved in that moment truly was Valerie.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was that moment of like, I can't let anyone know.
See, yeah.
And it wasn't until she needed to have a moment, and she sat there and she was talking to Marlena, and Marlena was like, well, what about his son? And she looked up like, bitch, how you know about? And then that's when I was like, okay, all the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. But she honestly had this like beautiful moment for me.
Yeah.
That I was just like, yeah, you played that well.
Yeah.
You played that well.
I like how Julie acknowledged that she didn't have a perfect relationship
Yeah.
with her son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That she could have been better. Because I think that you do that when someone dies, like I wish I had said I love you one more time.
Yeah.
I wish
Yeah.
I had told them how much they mean to me one more time.
Yeah.
Or, I wish I had responded to their message one more time. Or
Right. Right.
I never I don't know.
And then also, even Valerie had that moment of like, why didn't I tell you? I should have told you while you were still here. So that's going to carry on, and I'm pretty sure we're all smart enough to know where this is about to lead to.
Well, you were smart enough to know what was going on.
Colleen Jobs Shaw's said, I screamed like that when I found out my friend committed suicide.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, everyone has a different reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm
And sorry to hear about your friend.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
sorry, Colleen.
But oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, I forgot to mention. During Abe and Valerie's conversation, he did ask her if she was dating another man, and she's like, "No, I'm talking to my son."
Yeah.
So
Yeah, everyone needs to mind their own business.
With
Valerie's
Yeah.
if I'm on the
Personal life.
phone, mind your business.
right, get up out my phone.
Yeah, because you know when
You
you're
don't
like,
pay this bill.
You know when
you
you're,
don't pay this bill. Get up on my phone. You don't pay this bill. That's
you
my,
know when
that's
you're
my
hanging up the
ratchet
phone
side.
and you're like,
Winston
oh,
didn't like that.
sorry, that was Tony on the other line.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I never do that. Anyway, so there's that. All right. So I feel like we've had to do a lot of explaining today.
Well, it was that kind of week though.
Trying to figure things out.
Stuff out.
All right, and last but not least, Paul and Sunny. So Sunny's kidnapped.
right.
Sonny, who was like, and I'll be okay. Nothing will happen to me. And he walked out the door and was nabbed like that.
Did you see my tweet?
What did it say?
I said, looks like Freddie Smith and Christopher Sean are studying self-defense where Billy Flynn studies.
Oh, because Billy got beat up
He
too.
gets beat up every other day.
Oh my God.
I'm like, girl, I actually texted him after the last time and I was like, girl, just
stop fighting.
fights. You're gonna lose.
He hasn't won yet, has he?
Never.
At least he'll defend you, Mark.
That's good to know. I mean, he's gonna lose, so I gotta run fast, but that's okay.
You know what I also liked is when Adrian found Paul, and then her and Paul went over to Deimos and was basically like,
Yeah.
stop
it, yeah.
Like, stop this.
This is ridiculous.
Like, if you have Chad and Gabby, take them out. Like, this has gone on too far. Now Sonny is kidnapped, and like you don't care. Like
Yeah.
you're just like.
So we
acting-
think Dario's done this, correct?
that Dario did this.
That he was in charge.
No. Hey, James Law Jr.
Uh-oh, James Lott Jr., you're getting Winston Montgomery all excited.
So.
Wanna go see Uncle James?
Oh, apparently. So yeah, so I liked that moment of Adrian being like, enough of this. Maggie was the same way when
Winston, stop.
you have gotten them together. What, you got a biscuit
Winston.
in your pocket?
Winston, stop.
So I'm gonna get on with you guys.
Yeah. What was it? Oh, but Deimos told Victor like what's really going on. Maggie also confronted Deimos and was like, in this, like, or I will.
Yeah.
And I was like, you go, atta girl.
Yeah.
You go, girl.
I mean, we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see what happens.
That's it.
There are too many villains.
In the village.
Too many villains in the village.
And we saw Victor for like pop.
And
for a
I
hot
love
second.
a good villain.
Pop,
I
pop.
love
Yeah.
a good villain, but
Not enough
there's
Victor.
so much going on with Deimos and Dario and who's the other one? Andre.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. And one person who's no villain to us is James Lott Jr., my chocolate twin. Who's
Hi, chocolate twin. How you guys?
in here.
Marissa, do I need to push? Do you want me to adjust this camera at all, or you got him okay? Okay.
She got me.
Did you watch this week?
I watched some this week. I have some comments.
What did you think?
Well, one of the things that I want to say that I'm so glad they're doing.
Oh, wait. Before you do anything.
Okay.
Look who's related. Can you please go over
I'm going to. That's what
David
I'm going to.
Banning?
That's what we're doing. That's what I'm going to do right now because
Yes.
the fans have been asking me, David Banning, who the F is that? Okay, so if you guys remember back in the day when Rick Hurst, who is famous for being on General Hospital and Guiding Light, he played Scotty Banning. So that was one of his sons, and he was on. They didn't have the father on at the time. It was like in the early '90s, and he was on for a while. Back in the '70s, David Banning is Julie's son. There's a whole storyline where she had the kid and he got adopted to the Bannings, and he's actually an Olsen and this whole thing there. They had an interracial romance with Valerie.
Yeah,
that
right.
didn't
David
last.
and Valerie. It couldn't last, not during that time.
But correct me if I'm mistaken. It didn't last because of the fan outrage.
Yes,
correct.
because it was one of the
Right.
first interracial couples.
Right.
This was pre-General Hospital with Tom Hardy and Simone. This was back in the early 70s, in the 70s.
Yeah.
And right after One Life to Live did their storyline with Carla, who was passing for white, and they found out she was actually black. It was on the story there. But anyway, so David Banning is Julie's natural son.
Right.
And so he was on for a while. He's been on for a long time. I think great use of history. I was like, and they have a black kid, half black child. So Tony, you could be a Horton. I thought about that. I was like, you could be a total Horton. You could be Hope's cousin.
Yeah, there you go.
Why should it be Hope's?
Although I do believe he's cast already.
He's already cast, but still, they can always,
Sorry.
he can always
He could be the
recast.
recast.
He can always recast.
No, let me tell you, the person who is stepping into that into that role, I can't live up to that.
Be a Horton. You could be a Horton. You could be a Horton.
No, you're not gonna try.
But I was
I'll be
really.
his friend.
I will say this: when I saw Susan Seaforth Hayes do her kind of scream when he died, I thought, finally, just showed she can act. Homegirl can act.
Yeah.
And I was
Oh,
like,
see, I had mixed. I was like,
no, I thought it was good.
I was like,
I'm
girl.
with you, James Lott Jr.
thought
That's
it was
what I
good.
thought too. I was like,
I liked
ooh.
Valerie's reaction.
Okay, Vanessa Williams can act. We know that already
Yeah.
from Soul Food
Yeah.
and
Yes.
Melrose Place first
Yes.
season, when she got unceremoniously kicked off. She can act, and so her quietness, and the way she just started to kind of tear up and start to shake a little bit, I was like, that is so realistic because she's holding a secret. Now we know she's holding a secret. So I think great use of history. I'm all about the history, and I think this is a great untapped area. The Horton family tree is so convoluted. They can do 8 million stories. So I thought, why not? And bring another person of color on. Sure, why not? That's all it is. And give Julie something to do other than Hope and that. So she'll have some more family now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I like the fact that she talked to Scotty. Scotty was on the phone. There was a whole
Yeah.
different thing there. So another use of history. But David is her biological son.
Yeah.
So it's like Hope's cousin.
Well, you came in right on time because when we were talking about this, everyone in the chat was like, "Where's James to do Look Who's Related?" And then here you popped in.
Yes.
So thank you, Jesus. For
I'm
that.
sorry, it's Hope's nephew. Hope's nephew. Because I forgot they're half sisters, Julie and Hope.
Well, you came at the right time because that's it. So
Well, we got through everything.
yeah, we got through
Wow.
everything, but stick around because
Yes.
we're going to be
Well, 'cause
taking
not much
phone calls
happened.
soon.
We
I
were
know,
saying at the beginning of
yeah.
the show, not much
Yeah.
happened.
None
This
of
week.
that happened. None of that happened.
It's a lot of
No.
exposition.
Yes,
About
yes.
stuff.
Oh, wait a minute.
haven't-
How'd you guys feel about the reveal with Steve and Shane? Did not see that coming.
Oh, you
Well,
didn't
no.
see it?
Well,
I mean, Friday, I was like, I didn't see the
No,
end.
well, no, but then the explanation that happened afterwards was just like we just had to figure out how to get Hope back, and then it was kind of like that. Well, Stefano's done so much that this was our only way to
Yeah.
for Shane to help Hope, and that the makeup was itchy, and
Yeah.
and Anna coming in and waving her gun and almost getting Shane almost getting shot and everything like that.
Yeah.
Like it was fine, but I for some reason thought it was going to be more. So as I was watching it, I was like, did I miss something? And I was like, nope. Apparently they only did it to help Hope. So
Yeah.
stick a period on that.
That's right. Okay. That's all I know.
All right, well, we're going to get through our segments, and then we're going to open the phone lines for you guys to call in and let us know how you felt about this week, or just, chit-chat with us. So here we go. We're going to start with my segment, which is my favorite, obviously. It's Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. You go, girl.
You go, girl.
All right, so I always go back and forth between who I'm going to give my official 3 Snaps award to. And you know what? Because I can do this, I'm gonna break them up.
Okay.
I'm gonna give half to
So 1.5.
1.5 to Kate
Oh.
for her shady comment that she did at the table when she was with Eduardo and Dario and Abigail, when she basically said, you know, I always saw that there was something between them when they worked for me.
Oh,
referring
yeah.
to Gabby and Chad. I was like, ooh. And Abigail was sitting there like, this bitch.
Yeah.
So I was like, you get a snap for that. And I'm going to give a snap to Miss Maggie Kyriakis, who went up to Deimos and was like, you let them go or I'll handle it. I was like, yes, Maggie, you better take control of this mansion, girl. You better do it, girl. So Kate Roberts and Maggie Kyriakis gets Tony's official 3 Snaps award.
You go, girl.
Okay, you go, girl. That's good. That's good. Oh, snap. There
Thank
you go.
you. There she is.
You know what?
I loved that Maggie one.
I
Maggie
meant
said
to say this a couple weeks ago too. I'm like, isn't the Kyriakis living room different? And then
Doesn't it look
when she
smaller?
came in, she said, "What's going on in my newly redecorated living
Yeah,
room?"
all the
And I was
furniture
like,
is
"It
white
has been."
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah.
It
And I
has.
kept meaning
It
to
has.
say it on our show.
We
and
talked
so-
about this. We talked about
Did
it.
we
You
talk
talk,
about
you
it?
talked about
Maybe
it.
it was
Yeah.
a week I wasn't here
The old couches looked
because I
like
missed a couple
Christmas.
at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, it looked like a holiday living room.
Yeah.
all year
It has been
long.
changed. It has been changed.
Yeah.
They don't-
Oh snap!
Oh, snap.
All
You
right.
go, girl.
And now it's time for
Disaster.
Moment of the Week.
There we go. Can we delete that soundbite, please? We're not doing that segment any longer.
Forever.
That ain't it.
My disaster moment of the week goes to Hope Williams Brady.
I don't get
Oh,
this.
did
Her
get-
2 different shoes. Someone in the chat room, because
She is.
we talked about this earlier, and someone commented in the chat room and said that Christian said it's all about the choices. I don't think that was an intentional choice. I don't think that was a decision to wear 2 different color
No.
shoes to the wedding.
You know what?
I think it was a blocking thing, and they were like, she was like, I just need a heel to be on the same level.
This is what I'm
How
going to
funny.
do.
1 black shoe, 1 nude shoe.
Yeah.
Right now, I am logging on to our Twitter account @_Edition Days, and I'm going to tweet Christian Alfonso, and I'm going to say, we are currently discussing your 2 different shoes. Please explain. And hopefully she'll tweet us back with an explanation, and we'll have
tag
it for you guys.
the costume classic girl
Oh,
yeah.
because she might know too.
Yeah.
And she might
So-
respond quicker.
But so she came in, I think it was Thursday's episode when she walked in with Rafe. Rafe held the door, and I couldn't get a good shot of it because she kind of crossed her legs in front of each other, and I couldn't get a still shot of the 2 different shoes, but I noticed it immediately. And then when she walked in to say hi to everybody on Friday's episode, she walked in,
weird.
and they were very quick moments, except for the one on the right. They held on her for a second. Because if you see the photo on the left, one of the shoes
Yeah.
is kind of cut out.
Yeah.
That was the best I could do. But the one on the right, they actually kind of like panned and stayed on her for 1 second, which was just long enough for me to see that they were indeed
Oh, my
2 different shoes.
That's
but
crazy.
We were talking about it earlier. You said someone had tweeted about it.
Yeah.
I didn't see that tweet.
Oh.
And no one mentioned it. Like, you guys didn't talk about it. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, yes, maybe
Yeah.
I saw it and they didn't.
Yeah.
But that right there, like, that's no good,
Yeah,
however
it's
you
weird.
look at it. Like,
Now, granted, if it was a choice, I would have went with the nude shoe.
Me too. Yeah.
me too.
With that outfit, yeah.
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 I went. My thing is once I saw it and started thinking about it, I was like, I wonder if she was just like, let's just do 1 of each and see if people notice. Like, I
funny,
almost
yeah.
kind of hope that it was kind of like a game.
You hope.
Yeah.
But
I've been on sets before though where I'll hear the actors say, you know, are my feet in this? Like, are they in this shot? And
Yeah.
so they can wear like their UGG boots or slippers
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And they'll do the take in their
Maybe.
slippers.
Yeah.
Or actually, let me look at her. Okay, so Days fans, I tweeted it out. If you guys could retweet it as much as possible so
Yeah.
Christian Alfonso can see it,
Yeah.
that would be great. And I really hope that she replies to it. And also secretly,
Meredith Cox said in the chat room, Christian tweeted that she wore both shoes because she, quote, loved both options.
oh,
Oh.
actually, yep,
There
I
we
just
go.
saw that.
Okay, there you go.
It said, someone said, "Hi, Christian. Have a question. Why was Hope wearing 2 different shoes, one black, one beige, at Steve and Kayla's wedding?" And she said, "I love both options."
So you're kind of right, Mark. A little bit. She's like, like both of them wearing both.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you go, girl.
You go, girl.
Why you gotta say that today?
Fingernails don't have.
Well, because I call his 3 Snaps Award the You Go Girl Award. And he doesn't like it.
You go, girl.
So every time the 3 Snaps Award plays, I go, "You go, girl."
Let's little demonstration, shall we?
Laura in the chat room.
Wait, hold on. I'm giving a demonstration.
I didn't hear you. Sorry, go.
This is Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
You go, girl. You go, girl.
Okay, now Laura in the chat.
Laura in the chat said, Tony, she's already said she did it on purpose.
Ooh, dang. Who's getting hostile? Who's getting hostile in the
That's
chat
just
room?
how I read it.
Oh, I was like, who's getting hostile in the chat room?
Maybe I'm also just trying to get Christian Alfonso to notice our
Hello?
show so she can come on the show.
Hello, people. Thank you.
Oh, snap.
Hello, snap. Oh, snap.
That's
go,
Tony's
girl.
official 3 Snaps Award. Okay, anyway. Well, that has been
Disaster.
Moment of the Week. And now it's time for Mark's Quote of the Week.
Alrighty. So I feel bad because I didn't write down
You should.
the first person's line, but it was the scene with Anna and Andre.
Oh, okay.
I keep wanting to say Tony. Well, and Tony, I
And
guess,
Tony, yeah,
was
the
in the
urn.
scene
Yeah.
with the shaker. And correct me if I'm mistaken, he did call it a shaker.
He did.
He
did.
like jokingly said
Yeah.
it was a shaker,
Yeah.
which
Well,
I'm
it looks
glad
like a
that
shaker. It looks like a
yeah.
shaker.
Anna said something about having the urn with her and all this stuff, and then Andre said, "Oh, Anna, you've always had talent to know how to accessorize." In reference to the urn.
Yes.
So I thought that was funny. I wrote that down immediately. So that is my quote of the week.
And that has been Mark's Quote of the Week.
Oh, we love
And now
to.
it's time for Fan of the Week.
Fan of the week, I do believe I got this from our Dish and Days Twitter feed. It's Days of Our Lives Talk at Melissa Boyette 1. So if you go on our Twitter page, you can actually see the image, but I really, really liked it. I thought it was
beautiful.
really pretty. She says, hashtag TBT, Throwback Thursday, like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. We missed the first loving couple on NBC Days of Our Lives, and then she tagged us, Dish and Days. And it's the hourglass with the sand coming down, but in the top of the hourglass is a picture of Tom and Alice Horton, like looking longingly at each other. It's really, really
That's
pretty.
love.
Will you
So
tweet the photo?
it's on our Dish and Days one. I'll try and find it and retweet it so that you guys can see it, or you can go on our Dish and Days Twitter and see it.
You're like, I will not.
Yeah, because she posted on there because I was looking through for Fan of the Week, so I went on our Twitter feed to see if there's anything.
Listen,
I saw that.
anytime you have trouble finding Fan of the Week, I'm always glad to take the title.
Oh, okay.
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 All right.
Yeah, sure.
You can't be fan and be on the show. Jesus.
Right.
Cheese and crackers.
Matthew Evan Paine.
Winston Montgomery, you are a Fan of the Week.
Oh, Churchill.
Thank
I
you.
think it's homeboy over here.
Baxter
Baxter?
Alexander.
All right, so that has been your week of days. We're going to open the phone lines because we have no news and gossip or predictions. So we're going to open
I feel like I did see news and I was meant to take a screenshot and I forgot. So there was something that I was going to say. But
Well, give us a call, 424-253-07.
Maybe it'll pop into my head.
What
I'm
is
sure
it?
it was about Billy.
4948.
Oh, jeez.
What did I say?
It is 424-253-0749.
Marissa, thank God for
Thank you.
you.
Marissa.
424-253-0749. Give us a call right now. We want to know what you thought about this week of days. If you want to just call and chit-chat with us, make it short, or just say hello to James or whichever. Just give us a call. We sitting here waiting.
You know, it's something we actually, I don't think
We got a phone call.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it went away.
Go
okay,
ahead.
it was
Oh,
there.
good. Interesting.
It was there. It was there.
No, we were when we close out the shows and stuff. They asked at AfterBuzz that we start promoting some of the other shows that we do. So I do believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. You'll be able to correct me if I'm wrong, James Lott Jr. The Hardy's show starts tonight.
Yeah,
right?
this will be Marissa.
And Marissa and James both host that after show. So if you guys are fans of, what is the
Tomorrow.
actual name of the show?
It's the When Calls the Heart after show. It's on tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
5 p.m.
So
Pacific.
check it out if you guys watch Hallmark.
Yeah,
Thank you. All right, hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dish and Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Christian.
Hi,
Hi, Christian. How are you?
Alfonso?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you guys?
Doing great. What's your comment about this week?
Well, this week was the best week of my life. I enjoyed every storyline so far. The one storyline I could not stand seeing was Stefano coming back to life again.
Oh, you didn't like it.
No, I actually the first part where we found out that what was his name?
Shane?
Batch or Steve?
Yeah.
Steve and Shane.
Mm-hmm.
They played this whole step. They were playing us all that Shane was Stefano and
Right.
Steve was in on it.
Yeah.
And they were talking about it, but at the end of the episode,
Mm-hmm.
that's when we realized that Stefano was still alive,
Yeah.
like feeding the pigeon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, come on, seriously.
Exactly. I agree 100%. Christian, where are you calling from, by the way?
Oh, I'm coming from Oregon.
From where?
Oregon.
Oregon. Oh, I hear an accent, though. Where are you from?
Oh, my accent, it's French. I'm from a French-speaking country in Africa.
Oh, bonjour.
Ooh, a French-speaking country in Africa. Okay.
Je parle un peu de français, Christian.
Oh, oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
Girl, voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Merci beaucoup.
All I know is I know a lot of people who are upset too. They want the mystery of stuff to be over.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, wait. Now, how do you say "Days of Our Lives" in French?
Oh, des jours et des vies.
Would say that one more time.
Des jours et des vies.
Isn't it
Right.
so pretty?
I was gonna try to repeat.
De jeu de vie, right?
The V.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Okay, yeah, that's
Like
well,
me.
that sounds a whole lot better coming from you, because merci. Well, thank you, Christian, for
Merci
calling
beaucoup,
in.
Christian.
Yes, thank you for
Yeah,
calling
yeah.
in and giving us your thoughts.
Bye, Christian.
Oh,
Tony,
bye, huh?
Can you give me a look who's related again? It just makes me happy.
Look who's related. All right, let's take this phone call, see what they want to talk about. Hey, welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Edition Days. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, this is Lisa from Loganville, Georgia. How are you guys doing this weekend?
Hey, we
Lisa.
doing good, Lisa.
From
So what did you
Georgia.
think about this week?
I thought it was a very interesting week, but it's what I didn't like most of all is I don't
shoes.
have a good feeling about Nicole, and I'm very sad about that.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
I
Like
agree.
everyone is sad about Nicole. Let that girl live. Y'all done killed off
know.
her husband. Y'all done gave his heart to Brady. Like y'all won't let her have her baby. Let that girl be happy. Let her be happy.
I agree.
She can't even get no Emmy
And
for
I'm
what
worried
she's
about what
doing
she's gonna
because
do
she ain't
to
self-submit.
Damon.
Let that girl be happy. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Lisa?
And what do you think she's going to do about Damos after that? Do you think she'll kick him to the curb, or
She still
I'm
loves
worried for her,
Damos.
him fixing
Well-
that baby room up for her, and make her go turn a 180 on her, maybe.
I think what's going to happen is Chloe's going to get the baby, and then she's going to have to leave Damos to get the baby. Plain and simple.
Well, you already know what's going to happen in real life.
Right.
So it has to tie into that.
Right.
We don't do spoilers.
I know,
James,
but
like
it was
you.
announced.
We don't do no
Right.
spoilers though, but we don't do
it was-
spoilers.
Which I didn't know.
No, I
I
heard a
actually
little
didn't see that.
You may
little
do
bit
that
of
on
spoiler,
GH
but I don't
report.
wanna
We don't do
spoil
that
for
here at
everybody,
Edition
so-
Days.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lisa. What'd you say?
I said I heard some spoilers too, but I don't want to say them out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll let people Google it for themselves if they want to know what's going on. I didn't
Right.
actually. Billy ruined it for me because he was texting me and he said it, and I was,
Was he
like, "Girl,
texting
I
you?
didn't know that."
Was he texting you or you texting him?
He texted me.
Lies. All right. Well, thank you, Lisa, so much for
Okay,
calling.
thank you. Y'all have
Georgia.
a great week.
All right, you
Thank
too.
you, Lisa.
Okay, let's see what they're talking about. Hello, welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Edition Days. You are on live and in living color. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, it's Jillian from Dallas.
Hey,
Dallas.
how you doing, Jillian?
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's
Take a deep breath.
games and puppies and booze tonight. Hooray.
James and puppies. That's what it is like, girl. James and
It is
puppies.
a
Lions
happy
and
day.
tigers and bears.
Oh my! All right, so what did you think about this week?
Uh-oh.
Right, that's how we started the
Oh,
show.
Okay, this is actually making me feel really good because now I don't feel as bad as for being so negative, and not even negative, but just being a Debbie Downer all day.
I'm not trying to be negative. It's just it's like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, how much darkness can you put on a show?
Right. Well, and here's the thing too is we're there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with you. Well, no, 1, 2, 3, 5 of us, and
You
and
can
the
have
people
the puppies.
plus the, and
6,
the
7.
puppies plus the people watching. I think we are
And
the
Philip,
people
don't forget about
that,
Philip.
that want. He's on a plane to Germany. So he's not watching, unfortunately. But we want it to be good. We wouldn't be doing the show.
Yes.
We wouldn't be talking about
Yes,
it. You wouldn't be calling in if we didn't want it to be good.
It can totally be good, even with really good villains. Hello. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. The actor who plays, oh God, I can't pronounce his name right. Victor's younger brother. He's
Deimos?
great.
Yeah.
The character has been ruined,
Yeah.
and not in a good way.
I agree.
I mean, I'm like older than all of you guys, and I remember
I
when
doubt that.
you like, oh, you know what? It's like the villains.
Yeah.
They're just, you love seeing those villains on because they're just so good
Yeah.
at being bad.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, God.
But I mean,
Yeah.
Deimos, added more to the character because he can be bad and play the piano.
Exactly.
Can tickle them ivories.
I mean, he is so talented, and they ruined that.
Yeah.
They run it.
Now, I'd say
trying to make him like everything. I'm sorry. No.
yes. But there was a
No,
fun. There was a
you
fun.
should be
There was
able
a.
to do that.
There was a fun scene though when between I think it was Deimos and oh my God, Mary Beth Evans, because 100 years ago they acted against each other, so it was kind of fun to see them.
Oh, yeah.
They had a long time on
Yeah.
Guiding Light.
I
But,
mean,
yeah.
right. No, not Mary Beth Evans, Judy Evans.
Judy Evans, thank you, Judy Evans,
Yeah.
thank you. But it's just so funny,
See,
like you
that's
said.
how old I am. I remember.
Me too, girl. Me too, girl. The thing is, they all are good actors. You said they're good actors. They're all good actors.
Yes,
give
they
them,
are.
give them
They
material.
ruined him.
Exactly.
They ruined his character. They didn't ruin him.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
He's very, very, very good.
Yes, he
And
is.
I hope that he can. Okay. Look, we've had people come back and play other people. They bring him back. It's I don't know.
Yeah.
He's Victor's, and I can't remember what his name is. Long lost cousin who looks just like the guy. I'd buy it.
Sure, why not?
Just
Okay.
don't screw it up. You
Yeah.
know.
He did on Guiding Light.
Sorry,
He
I've
played
been
two characters.
drinking, so I'm probably.
Go girl, go
I'm sorry.
It's Sunday.
girl.
I'm
It's
happy to
fine.
see the puppies. I'm so
Puppies
happy
like the
to see
baby
puppies.
angels.
Well,
you know.
Jillian, we will
I'm
let
sorry.
you.
Go on.
We will let you go back and have yourself a drink, and we will start to wrap things
No,
up here.
I need to stop because I have to go to work tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Well,
Whatever.
stop on it. You don't want to lose your job.
That's why they created a flask, Jillian, okay? Pack it in your purse now.
Yeah.
No reason to
yeah,
stop.
and I do have my own office, so
Atta girl. Atta
Yeah.
girl.
I love it.
I worked really hard to get one, and by golly, like,
Hold on to it.
Well, that's probably why you're drinking.
Right?
Yeah.
It all makes sense now.
No, I'm just so glad that you guys, that you're on, and James came by and brought puppies, and
Yeah.
it's so great.
James broke in.
And this is the one big thing.
Yes.
Do you know what today is?
What is
What is today?
Today is Stephen Nichols' birthday.
Oh, is it
It's
really?
really?
Oh, Stephen Nichols' birthday.
Yes, you guys need to wish him a happy birthday.
Oh,
we
well,
will.
shout out to Stephen Nichols. Happy
Yeah.
birthday, Stephen.
Yeah,
Happy
Stephen.
Yeah,
birthday.
it's his birthday.
Yes.
birthday.
We'll tweet him too.
Unless I'm
yes.
completely drunk and it was yesterday and I've screwed that up too. But I'm pretty sure it's today.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we'll Google it before we tweet him.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to make sure.
It's his birthday weekend.
Yeah, ask James. He should know for sure because he is, after all, the
James, your
historian.
Rolodex.
And I love you, James. I'm so glad that you were on today.
That's so sweet
And
of
I'm
you.
sorry I missed you last. I could not get through. You guys broke the internet. You know that, right?
Yes,
I
I know.
couldn't get on with. I couldn't even watch you guys live with
Aw.
Stephen Nichols. Y'all broke it.
You're so sweet. You're very sweet.
Thank you, Jillian.
You know.
Yeah.
And oh God, okay, and all right, and it's I
Well,
can't
thank you,
ever
Jillian.
do a decent goodbye. I love you guys.
We love you too.
Thank
Bye.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye. Jillian is living her life.
Like it's golden.
Right. All right. Well, that's it for our little show here. We will be back next week to give you a full recap of Days of Our Lives. Any last minute thoughts before we?
Well, I'll say I'm going to look on the bright side and say, well, at least next week's got to be better.
Any other thoughts from the chat room? Everyone all good?
And more
I
Billy.
think
Please, more
everyone's
Billy.
good. More Billy.
More.
Hashtag more Billy.
Also, in promotion of other shows, as you guys know, every Sunday we have a full rundown of all of your favorite soaps right here during our soap block, starting at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with us, Dishing Days, followed by the GH Report starting at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, followed by the Restless Report Is that the name of it?
Restless Wrap Up
Restless
and Bold
Wrap Up,
Breakdown.
and then the Bold Breakdown. So, you know, if you watch soaps, just stick around because we're recapping all of them back to back. It's Soap Opera Soap Block Sunday.
Yeah.
Except there's no GH report today, but there is Youngest Restless Wrap
You
Up
ain't got no GH report
and
today?
Bold Breakdown. No.
You ain't got no GH report today? Why?
Taking a break.
Stuff's happening. But we'll be back next week.
Alrighty. And you do, and Matthew does what are the other shows are you on?
Yes,
Because you
What are
Bold
some
Breakdown
other ones?
tonight.
You can catch me on Twitter and Instagram at Matthew E. Payne, and I also host the Vanderpump Rules After Show
That's still
every Monday night
Okay.
at 8 p.m.
And you just
Pacific.
interviewed somebody from 90210.
Yes, and I interviewed Christine Elise, who played Emily Valentine on the original Beverly Hills 90210, so you can catch that if you go to YouTube, AfterBuzz TV, Christine
Oh,
Elise.
you doing stuff.
And
Yeah.
you do the other one.
And
what's
you
your
can also
roundtable?
catch me this
Oh.
evening at 8 p.m. with James Lott Jr. on the Bold
That's
Breakdown.
right.
So check it out. There's a lot of Matthew Evan Paine on this AfterBuzz
Yeah.
TV. Find him.
But
Oh, find them. Wait, James, let them know where they can find you on
I know.
social media.
you can follow me, of course, at James Lott Jr. on all social media platforms.
Great.
I love you guys.
He's been doing that a lot. I don't know what's wrong.
Okay.
And
On Instagram and Twitter, Lorraine Love, LORAYNE
And your hair?
living for the hair.
It's the same
And-
every week. You're always like, and you
she
don't ever
always
think to
forgets.
it.
She
And where
doesn't
do we
tweet.
find you, young lady?
I don't
you
check it
can
as often.
you can find me also every Thursday here at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the Gay Weekly Roundtable. It's the most gay, fabulous show you'll ever watch.
You're gay?
Ish.
Nope. I'm fabulous,
Okay.
industry term.
Okay.
And you can find me on all social media platforms at Lounger with Tony or my website, loungerwithtony.com, or you can find me on all the Dish and Days social media. That was shade.
Shady Sunday.
He's everywhere.
Bye, y'all.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.